In this video, I'm going to show you a turquoise look, a Mary Kay turquoise look, and keep in mind, Mary Kay does not have turquoise eyeshadow. So I'll be blending some things together to try to make it look turquoise, and I'm going to do the heavier version, but tell you about the lighter version as I go. So I've already done my eyebrows and the concealer under my eyebrows and some primer. So, since I'm doing the darker look, if you were doing the lighter look, leave out the liquid eyeshadow I'm about to show you. So, I'm going to go in with the light beam, just on the top. And I'm going to blend that in with my concealer brush that I did clean with the brush cleaner after I used the concealer, just so that it's not still putting more concealer down. Try to get as close to your brows without messing them up. And what this does, if you put it on top of the primer and the, whatever, I lost the word for it. It just makes your makeup stay on longer and makes it more vibrant. Okay. So then, I'm going to choose the second shade. This is the... And this is optional. You don't have to put this one on. The Pink Starlight. So you could put the light beam all over and not do the Pink Starlight. Problem I've had is if I just put the concealer or the light beam on with the concealer brush and then I go to smear this one around, it ends up wiping the color off. So I'm going to use the other side of the brush from the one that I used with the light beam. Try to get that as close to your lash line as you can. And you can kind of blend it up into the crease a little bit too. Now, at some point I might do a look with all liquid eyeshadows. And I've just ordered one of the new ones, the green one. So I might do a Christmas look. I have the perfect lip gloss that somebody gave me for a Christmas look. Now, this next step is going to seem a little counterintuitive. I just got this shade. It's not new. It's new to me. This is Meteor Shower. Notice all of our liquid, the old liquid shadows, not the brand new ones, all have this like cosmic theme to them. Well, that doesn't blend in very well. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this just in that crease. And I'm going to blend it some. And I'm definitely going to clean my brush after I do this, so that the next time I go to use it for just the concealer, I don't end up with a mess. So after I finish blending this out a little bit, I'm going to show you that. I don't think I've shown you the brush cleaner before. And this is going to get blended more later, so it's okay if it's not perfectly blended right now. This is our brush cleaner. And it's meant to be used in between each use. I'm not really great about doing that. It's not meant to replace soap and water. But I'm going to spray it off here on the side and then take a tissue and first wipe. I've gotten all that darker color out. And then when I get to the point where the only thing coming out is the lighter, like the concealer color, then I'll be done. Yeah, so I think that's back to like the concealer color. So now I'm going to go in with our Chroma Fusion eyeshadow, and I have 6 different colors that I might use. I might not use all of them. We'll see. Oh. So this is going to be kind of our rescue color if we get the turquoise too dark. That's going to be the highlight. We'll come back to that. This is going to be our all over color. This is going to be our crease color. And we're going to blend these together to make the turquoise for the outer corner. So first take this brush that's called, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's faded off, like the name of it's faded off. It's the all over brush. So I'm going to go in with the candlelight and be really careful because the blue is next to it. I'm going to not do that on camera because I don't want to accidentally get blue in my look. And then I'm just going to put that all over. And you can see that it kind of helps blend out that hazelnut, I think, is that crease color. I normally put it on the flat side of the brush, but I'm so afraid of it getting mixed in with the other colors. Okay, so now put that brush away, and I'm going to grab the angled brush, which is the eye crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the hazelnut, which is this color right here. And that's a pretty light color, but it can go on kind of dark, especially since I have that meteor shower underneath it. And I'm just going to blend that around. And by the way, prior to doing the turquoise part, this could make a good neutral eye look. Because I'm not trying to have the turquoise go all over the crease. Just, I'm going to have that in the corner. Alright, now for the turquoise. Although I feel like I need to check this in my mirror. I still feel like I have more. I always feel like I have more on the right side. I don't know if that's lighting or because I'm right-handed. Okay, I think that's better. And they're not blended very well, but that's okay at this point. So I'm just kind of wiping that color out. It won't matter. And by the way, I did mash my finger. That's why my fingernail looks like that. So now we're going to go in with this blue and this green. Now they're very, very dark and vibrant. So depending on what you want to do. If you want to do a very light, kind of washed out look, you're still going to do equal parts, and we're going to put it on the same brush. So like maybe do 1 or 2 taps on the edge of this, like the end, and then 1 or 2 taps over here, and then start putting it on. But if you want it to be a little darker, then you can put, do a little bit more. So I'm going to do maybe 3 in each color, and then there it is on the end of the brush. And be very careful, just very kind of stamp it, and make sure you've got it where you want it to go. And then I want to make it like a V. So come down here on the lid a little bit and make sure you kind of stamp it or tap it wherever you want it to go before you start trying to blend it. And see, that is looking kind of turquoisey, kind of blue-green. And then just gently kind of blend that out a little bit. And maybe not even blend it out a lot with this brush because it's got so much product on it. But use the, when we go to blend the whole thing with the blending brush, we can blend it more. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing on the other eye. I did 3 swipes in each color, and I'll try to turn it the other way so the point's facing out. And remember, just kind of stamp it where you want it to go. It always looks lighter on that eye. I don't know why. Could be my lighting. Shouldn't be. I've got lamps on both sides of me. And see, the more that I try to blend this, the darker it looks. So, and I know it's not blended very well, but we're going to blend it here in a minute. And I'm going to clean my brush so that I don't accidentally try to put on a lighter color at some point and end up with blue and turquoise everywhere. Even though this brush typically gets the darker colors on it anyway. Now, if this is too dark, if you want it to be a little bit lighter, you can lighten it up with the The lighter color. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Gosh, this is really coming out here. Dark color all over. Crystalline is the name of that color. So take your smudger brush, if you want to, and just tap it a little bit in there, and then just tap it all over. Put as much or as little of that as you want. And then when you go to blend it, it'll blend out a little bit lighter than that. And then I'm going to clean the brush to get that darker color out if it got in there. And then I'm going to do the highlight color, which for this look, you could do the crystalline, but I want to do the moonstone. Oh, which is this one. By the way, I'm using the Perfect palette to organize these in. Just put it up under the brow bone, right here. I don't know if I got a darker color in there. Just use some eye makeup remover and get rid of that. So part of the reason that I do my eye makeup before I do my like foundation and stuff is in case I get the eyeshadow fallout, because I can take a Q-tip, or I mean a cotton ball could work, but it could make a mess, and go in with the eye makeup remover just a little bit on the Q-tip and just wipe that there. I don't know what happened, but somehow we managed to get some darker color down there. And you can clean up anywhere along the edges where you got a little bit that you didn't want. Okay, now we're going to blend. So take your blending brush, it's called blending brush, and you're just going to go around, do the darker part first, and then just kind of do circular blending around. And it might get blended down farther than you wanted it to, but that's why you don't make it as heavy to begin with if you don't want it all over. Now look at the right eye compared to the left eye. Which one looks better? I think the right eye does because it's blended out more. So do the same thing over here. Okay. And then we're going to go in with the foundation. Now this is the brush I use. This is a liquid foundation brush. And I'm using just the regular Time-Wise foundation, and this is the luminous. You can use the matte if you want, and my color is, or the one I've been using is N140. And I'm also going to be using some color corrector, so how much of this you put is up to you. It's kind of hard to know because it comes out, sometimes it comes out like a little squirt, and sometimes it comes out in a blob, so it's kind of hard to tell. And I'm going to start by just kind of stamping this where I want it to spread it out. And then when I blend it, I'm going to blend it in a circular motion. And you can use a sponge blender if you want. We have one of those. I like this one better. So now I'm going to go in. I don't think I've ever shown this on camera before. This is the Mary Kay color corrector. It looks almost identical to the concealer. The only way I can tell the difference is that this is not as light as the concealer. So you can see I've got some darkness under my eyes. So I'm going to go in with a few little dots of that, and then I'll blend it in with the foundation. Some of that is, I don't know what, and then some of it's sun damage. So I might not be able to blend it completely under my eyes because this brush is so big. But I'll go back and fine tune that in a minute. And you can see I kind of took care of that darkness over here on this side that's been blended. It looks a lot better than the other side that hasn't been blended yet. So So then I'll put probably about the same amount. It's hard to tell. And then I can't forget my forehead. But I like the little blending brush. This one for my forehead. I'll just put a little bit of product on that. Try to get all the hairs out of the way. And just do like this. And it's small enough to get up in here and get up around my eyebrows. And I can also blend other areas of my face that maybe the other brush didn't blend as well because it was too big. Like the sides of my nose, under my eyes, around my nose. Okay, because I will tell you one thing I've noticed, if you put too much product on this brush, it's kind of harder to blend it out because it just, I don't know, it just kind of makes a mess. So if you find that your brush is doing that to you, just clean it with some soap and water. And I have something I got on, I don't even remember where, on the internet somewhere. It's a little not mechanical, it's electric. But you can attach your brushes to it and you can put the soap and water on them and then you can push the button and it spins it out. Those are really helpful for cleaning your brushes. So now I'm going to go in with the cheek brush and I'm using this, I set my finger in the blue, the Darling Pink color here. So I'm going to do a few taps of that and just tap, tap, tap. This may not be the best strategy for blush, but it's what I'm doing today. And see, that's very light. So you can build it up, put more on there if you want. If you want a redder look, I also have the, there's a redder blush. I can't think of the name of it. Rouge something. And then once you're satisfied with the blush color, which I can't even really tell, sorry about that. I used to be able to see better, but since I've hit 40, I'm having trouble seeing, unless I have a lot of light. And then I'm going to go in with the glazed, which is this highlighter. And by the way, you can use our highlighting eyeshadows like the Moonstone and the Crystalline to highlight your cheeks as well. And then you can put the highlighter wherever on your face you want some highlight. You can also do contour, which I don't do very often. I'm not professional. I'm not professional in any of it, but I mean, I guess you could say I'm not confident with my contouring skills. So I think I did a video where I showed you how to use it, sort of, but anyway, that's all I'm going to do for the shadows. And then I'm going to go over with blush. If I can find where I put my blush. Here it is. I mean, blush. Powder. This isn't the container the powder came in, but mine's almost, I need another one. It's running out. So I'm just dusting this over the top. And notice it's not taking off any color. It's just kind of finishing it out, like setting powder. Alright, now I'm going to finish out my eyebrows. And I'm going to go in with our clear brow styling gel. I always hold the product upside down. I don't know why. So I'm just going to put this on like this. Just comb this through. And then brush it through. And hair from somewhere up here. And then just, depend on how your brows are, just until you get them the way you want them. Just keep messing with it. But one thing I've learned, sometimes you can mess with it too much and it just makes it worse. Okay, let's come through. Gosh, that hair's in the way. Tempted to just pull it out. I have that widow's peak that just has like 3 hairs in it. Doesn't know which way to go and they're always getting in the way. This eyebrow is my cantankerous one here lately. It doesn't always do what I want it to do. But, you know, they say your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So, if your eyebrows don't look exactly identical when you're done, it's okay. You can always try to put some more stuff on them, like eyebrow pencil, but I'm not going to. And no, we do have the brow tint if that's something you're interested in. I feel like that's better for people who maybe they have really nice brows, but they're so light you can't see them because they have blonde hair. The brow tint would be great for that. But if you have lots of hair in your eyebrows, I don't know that the brow tint would help, especially if your eyebrow hair is long. You just need to kind of maybe trim it. I don't know. I'm about to, what do y'all think? Should I try to trim my eyebrows? I've never done it before. My dad has had his trimmed against his will one time. That was a funny story. Went to the beauty shop to get his hair cut. He went to my mom's beauty shop to have his hair cut, and zip, zip, and his eyebrows were gone. He didn't know what had happened. And then, anyway. So, now I'm going to go in with the mascara. And the one I use is the I Love Black, Lash Love Waterproof. I can't read. I can read. I can't see is the problem. And this is waterproof. I just said that. And you can do 1 or 2 coats. Whatever you want to do. If you mess up and you get some on your skin somewhere, just wipe it off. See how I'm turning the brush all different ways? Oh, and I did have out my liquid eyeliner, but that's another thing I don't feel confident in my skills in. And now I've already put on the mascara, so I'm not going to do the liquid eyeliner. Because it's really challenging to get that on and have it look good if you've already done your mascara. Because then you've got these kind of hard lashes to get around. Once you're satisfied, and I can't see this as well in this camera as I can in the mirror, but that's okay. Once you're satisfied with that, you can either leave it and be done, or you can go back. I would recommend, if you're going to do 2 coats, do one eye and then the other eye and then come back to the first eye again. Otherwise it gets really wet and sticky and kind of a mess. Another little tip, I haven't done this in a long time, but I used to have a problem with my eyeshadow falling out onto my eyelashes, on the tops of my lashes. So I could put on mascara like I'm doing now, and then still, like, the tops of my eyelashes are all dusty looking. So a couple things you could do about that. You could get some water on a tissue or something, just wipe them to kind of pinch them clean. or even some eye makeup remover. Or when you go to do your mascara, brush down on the top. But do that first, because if you do that last, it will make them not curly. And you can do the bottom if you want to. I think it looks, with the way as long as my eyelashes are on the bottom, it makes it look kind of silly, I think, if I put, sometimes I'll just swipe a little bit of color, and sometimes they just get some leftover color from the top. That's what I'm trying to smooth out right now. Looks like a blob of mascara right here. Anyway, once you're satisfied, which I'm not completely right now, but I can fix that later, I guess. I'm going to put on lipstick today, and this is one of our brand new colors, and it's here to stay. It's not limited edition. This is Hushed Blush. So I've always felt like if you've got a really dark, dramatic eye, you need a kind of a more neutrally lip. Because I don't want to look overdone, you know what I mean? So I don't want to put like red lipstick on, unless it was a Christmas look, maybe. You know, for some real fancy occasion. But for a normal, everyday look, if you've got a dramatic eye, you need a neutral lip. And if you've got a very neutral eye, you can go for a more bolder lip. But this beautiful, it's almost, and it was going a lot darker on camera than it really, I think it really is. I think it's almost the replacement for one of my favorite Clinique lipstick colors, the Bamboo Pink. And then one last step that you should always remember is your finishing spray. So to do that, shake it up real good. Close your eyes. You don't want to get this in your eyes. And then you're going to spray across in an X pattern and then go across your eyes. And then that is all. And I know I look really wet right now, but that will dry and it will make the makeup last longer and it will make it feel better on your skin. So that is all for today. Well, this is the finished look except for being wet. So I will see you in the next video.